Lauren, you're an opposite hitter now.
Yeah, surprise.
Tell me, when did that conversation start, and when did you start training as an opposite?
It started when we came back from winter break, and Susie came up to me, and I think we do a lot of like 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4 type of all around volleyball here in this gym, just working on our game as a whole. And she was like, I think we're like underutilizing you as a middle maybe. I don't know, she said, would you want to take some reps on the opposite? And I said, sure. So now we're here.
Yeah. I mean, it seems, attacking-wise, it seems like a lot of the same stuff you did as a middle. So that's not, I mean, hasn't been much of an adjustment?
Not really. It was a pretty smooth transition because, yeah, we are just trying to keep me going quick as much as possible. So not much has changed in that aspect, and we do just have so many offensive weapons that they're like, it works a lot when we're in practice running this double quick thing, like maybe we should try it out in a game, and then it worked out, and so we've just kind of stuck with it.
Has blocking changed at all?
A little bit, but it's a lot less responsibility obviously for me now, which I'm like fine with. Yeah, I like that I can still kind of help with the middles if I need to, but mostly my responsibility is kind of protecting the setter and putting up a big block on the right side, so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about everyone.
A lot more covering though, I imagine.
Yeah.
A little bit more covering.
Like defensive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean do the off pin?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I actually really like that too. I think for me, God willing, when I'm done with volleyball, I like indoor volleyball, I want to transition over to beach, and we did beach at Nebraska, and I like that it is like you have to play all of the positions in volleyball there. A lot more like well-rounded skill set, and I think that opposite I get to like highlight some of that, and I still can be involved in more plays.
Lauren, just talk about the anticipation of playing in front of the home crowd on Friday night.
Talk about it? Okay. Yeah, I'm super pumped to be back in a state where they love volleyball. I think it was really fun to go play in Madison and see how many people showed up, and we're cheering super loud. Unfortunately, it was for the other team, but now we get to have that for ourselves, which is going to be awesome, and play in front of friends and family all again, and it's going to be a really special moment.
I saw you said, was there a Stivrins jersey you signed up on? Was that Madison?
There was, yeah. That really shocked me. There was a girl there who I actually had a picture with from when I was in school and played there. And I don't know, it was like really, really sweet. So she showed me the picture of like when we were younger, and like we just took one again this time after I like signed her little jersey of me. So that was awesome to see.
Were there many Husker fans down in Houston to start the weekend, or even
There
Madison?
were, yeah. There were a lot of Husker fans. I think that there's like a really good mix of just like volleyball fans in general who have like seen all of these girls play collegiately and a little bit overseas and with national teams and stuff like that. So it's I think Houston was a bit more inclusive and they're cheering for everyone. Obviously, they still wanted the home team to win, but Madison, they had a lot of Wisconsin fans, and rightly so. So, yeah, but I think the league is doing a really good job of making sure that like each team is going to have like a decent fan base that wants to see great volleyball.
What's it been like playing with former Huskers, some you've played with, some you haven't again?
I think it's really special. I think it, like, overseas there's foreign counts or like whatever, so you can only have so many foreigners on teams, and coming back here obviously that's not a thing, and so you get to play with like all the people that you grew up playing the sport with, and that means so much to you, and we're only in your life for like a little season of it, so to see how we've all like grown up and evolved since then is really special, and then to have the opportunity to play with each other again is like I couldn't believe it. I mean, I said this the other night when we were hanging out after the Mojo and Supernovas game. Allie B came over to my house with Layla, and and Lexi came over, and we were all hanging out with some of our teammates. And if you were to tell me that we would all be sitting in our house with my sister playing with Jordan Larson, myself playing with like my sister, and then also having Lexi Rodriguez and Justine Wong around us all on the same team, I would have said you're crazy, and I would never have like dreamt that up in my wildest dreams, but here we are. So I just like I'm trying to take that all day by day and not take it for granted, because it is like not ever been done, and it probably won't ever be done like this again. So
What has it been like to be able to play with your sister again?
It's really special. I think it's really cool to see how much the first month of the season I was not actually with the team, and so to see the way that she was having so much fun with all of the girls and building those relationships, and like I was just like really happy to like walk into this gym and see how happy she was, because I know on previous teams like volleyball hasn't been like the thing that gets her out of bed in the morning, and these days she just like wakes up with a smile on her face, and she's a morning person now, which I never thought I would see. That's like actually crazy. But it's just because she is so excited to get back in the gym with these girls, and that as like even just like a big sister, I'm like, oh. And then to actually get to play with her is like, it's so much better.
What's your kind of take on the landscape of it? I mean, currently 3, possibly 4 professional leagues in the United States too. I mean, is this good for the sport too, or we'll figure out later? What's your take kind of on the landscape? I'm
trying not to have a take right now. I know it's all up in the air, and I don't really have much to do with any of that. But I hope that at least we can see that people are starting to care about this sport and want to see more of it, and that as a player is super special. I just hope that we can figure out some sort of way to not make it seem so messy. I think we're also, like, for the overseas people, they're kind of confused, and we're also confused, and there's a lot of confusion right now, and that's frustrating, but it's nice knowing that, like, we do have options and that volleyball is the next major league.
Hey, what does it say about multiple leagues want to take their claim in Omaha, that they value volleyball in the state of Nebraska? What does that say to you about what the state of volleyball is in Nebraska? Yeah, it's awesome. It just means that, like, everything that, like, I think the Huskers have really, like, changed the sport entirely, and obviously there's not a lot of pro teams here, and thank God there are now with this volleyball league, with these volleyball leagues, I should say. But it is just really amazing to see that there is a center for volleyball, that no matter which league pops up, that they're wanting to put a team here because they know that these fans care and they love volleyball and they're going to appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.